Okay folks, this will be a challenging one. I don't know why I bought it. It looks really difficult to work with, but it could give us a surprise for all we know, as we often are surprised when we make these demos. Sometimes what we think is going to be easy is hard, and sometimes what looks difficult ends up being a piece of cake. You just don't know. This has got something to do with cakes, so let's see how we go with this. Alright, let's see what this is. It is, I think, a cake server. It's like made out of ceramic. It's a cake server. We're interested primarily in that, which is going to be a challenge. I do think it's going to look good this way. So it's going to be a little bit high off the glass because of that lip. So I'm going to just drop it down and maybe enlarge it a fair amount still, but we're not going to go all the way with it. I don't know how it's going to work. I think we're going to make it bigger than 200. So I'm trying to catch the gold leaf, the reflection off that, and that looks really quite interesting. Not quite what I'm after. That gold leaf isn't reflecting much, mostly, it looks mostly shed house, but maybe we could take a section out of here and make it work something a treat. That looks really quite nice. I do think maybe we could lighten it off a bit more. Maybe we're going to just work with that piece. So I'm just going to put this away, put this in, redonate it. Hopefully it won't fall on the floor and break. So we're just going to take a section out of this and enlarge it to 400%. I'm just going to take a section out of it. That's what this art is often about. It's often about taking a small section out of something and elaborating on it. Especially when you can't get the full picture looking good. It looks nice. It's nice to get a small section and concentrate on that. Anyway, that looks really blurry. It looks really blurred out. Do wonder that I like that archy bit there. Looks really blurry. I don't like the blur. But what can you do, folks, with this? Maybe we can move it up a bit. Move it across a little. Maybe we should have put it on map mode. Maybe map will help. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, that looks a bit blurry still, even with map mode. Okay, I can see something possibly coming out of this piece. So I'm just going to move it up a bit further. Yeah, that looks interesting. We've got that up there. I do think maybe that's going to be the centre of our job. This is not going to be a very great piece from what I know, but you always get bum notes, folks. There's always going to be a bum note somewhere in my demo set that's going to supposedly ruin my set. To be honest, folks, there is often a bum note. Sometimes bum notes happen because I'm slack, but sometimes they're just too difficult to avoid, and you just got to work out whether it's worth following up and making a really, really long demo, especially if that long demo doesn't resolve the problem of a bum note and you end up with a bum note that's gone on for like 20 minutes and it's like, fuck. It's like, fuck, I hate that, you know? But I don't want to make a bum note that could have been avoided if I had have persisted. So it's always hard to know when to hold them and when to walk away and know when to run. You know, that old song, know when to hold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away, know when to run, you better count your money. It's a bit, yeah, it's about gambling, if I'm correct, this song. I don't gamble, but this is like gambling, folks. It can be. But that's art. I'm against gambling. You know, I don't believe in even going in lotteries. I'm against that sort of shit. But that song came to mind to describe what I'm doing here. So, you know, you got to know when to hold them, you know, the old saying. It's an old country song. I don't like country music, but, you know, that song just came to mind. It's a very famous piece of music. I think most of us know it. Anyway, that's not too bad. That looks really quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.